Welcome back to Grind Out 76, where content is an illusion. Today we're going to be taking on Earl. The question is, can you solve a colossal problem with a vampire's fire rate Gauss Minigun? The X button is what gives me the preview. This is what we're going to be using. Note the condition and ammo on this. This is post-usage, so I don't want to give away how this thing performs. Although I guess the video time might give you an indication of that. But that's what we're going to be using. Let's repair the old girl. Actually, no, I want to delete it. But here's what I use for the loadout. So we've got a bunch heavy gunner perks. We've got stabilizers. We've got demo expert. One gun army for crippling and staggering and stuff. Mainly crippling. And we've got bloody mess for damage. Mysterious stranger and mysterious savior. Spoiler alert, neither of those guys appear. That's just a failsafe, and if I wanted to use that, maybe we could summon this guy, but I don't. We use all of our action points on dodgy, which we kind of don't really need all of that anyway. But yeah, here's our loadout, and we've got enforce, so we use that like once or twice. It's not too bad. Adrenaline's there. That's kind of helpful. It doesn't do a lot, but it's there. We've got far-flung fireworks and follow-through for actual damage there. That one's a little bit more effective, but seldom usable for a weapon that is going to get you detected 90% of the time. And the armor I'm using is combat, power armor even, and all of it is overeaters. I've got a current thing of perfect bubblegum, so now I've got this type of damage reduction all the time. There's a sentinel bit in there as well, which is kind of nice. But I just basically rolled this until I got the right prefix on the thing and then went from there. That's kind of it. This is a long fight, so I won't keep you. Alright, so we're about 20 seconds away from starting. I have yet to proceed inside the mine because I'm going to try hard this and get what little damage I can out of these 3 kills with adrenaline. So if I could see some of these Wendigos, there we go. There we go. There we go. There's the first kill of the day. Possibly many more. The thing has fallen down, which means I can sprint down there and get going as soon as possible. Did I not actually kill that one? I didn't. That's okay. And with that, we'll jump straight down and we'll act the master plan. Gotta just remind myself to reload this, and then comes Formula P times many. We're hooked on it now, but that's okay. When we're going to be shooting laser beam accuracy, even with shotguns. We've chucked a gigantic, I guess, choke on this thing, and we'll go ahead and shoot him in the legs just to break him. There we go. 1 leg broke, 2 leg broke, and now he's basically a turret. We're gonna get nice and close to him, and we'll just start shooting at him and take 0 damage from these strikes. Now here's where the problems begin, because now he's going to summon many dudes, and he's also going to do that. We failed the will check. So what we got to do is position ourselves in a way that will allow us to not get hit by those chumps like so. Although if we do get staggered by them, since we're firing rotary barrel, it doesn't stop us from shooting at all. So that's good. We'll just keep on shooting. And he's sitting in the fire right now, which I think is fairly advantageous for us. We'll just quickly go around here. Bugger. The range is a little bit higher than I expected. And now we're being attacked by all the little hooligans, but that's okay. Because if we jump up here, maybe, I don't think we'll be touchable. Or if we will, I mean, they're not going to outpace our regeneration at all. Absolutely not. So this is kind of what the fight's going to be now. We're doing 9 damage per projectile. I'm going to try to shift my aim around so we get both explosions. No, there's no explosives happening now. We're just hitting him for the base damage of the projectile itself. What if I go for the legs here? That might help me a little bit. Oh, he's on the move again. Well, that's not good. Look at all the Wendigos just sitting under me like that. They couldn't do anything. I've got a hallucinogen gas grenade. I want to see how these work. So I'll throw it and see what happens. Nothing, apparently. Oh well. So, we've got 1 gun army, so eventually we'll probably start crippling his legs and stuff. I think we have. And if we aim here, we get 5 plus 3. Quick maths, that's 8. So it's actually more efficient for us to be shooting at his head, despite missing out on that explosive damage. And back off. Whoops. This is going to take a very long time. But statistically and mathematically, we might be able to get this over the line. So, unless we waste all of our bullets on these chumps. But gathering a little bit of adrenaline might help our cause a little bit. There we go. It's doing a whole whopping 12 damage now, which is 33% more damage. We're not breaking any kill records here, but this is kind of how it's going to go down. The good thing is he's not going to kill me, and the better thing is I'm doing this on a world server, so when I crafted all of the ammunition, I made 17,000 of these rounds, and we're going to get through all of them. So what I should probably do right now, instead of just plinking at him with terrible damage, is inject some berry mentats. It's probably not going to help. And that's some useful intel that I probably should have known, but I don't. If he's already called for his reinforcements, he won't summon them again until he gets close enough. It's kind of like a replacement for his cowering thing, I suppose, in a way. So I guess we'll remove these guys from existence. There's some psycho attacks. We'll do some of that. There we go. This is seizure inducing. How was this allowed into the game? Can't bloody see a thing. And now, with all of those chems and a little bit of adrenaline, 14 damage, which is, well, it's not that great. Better than a poke in the eye with a half-burnt stick. I'm gonna throw a hallucinogen grenade at him for my amusement, though. See how he likes that. Well, it changed the screen effect, but this is going to take a very long time. I just like to... Look, there's a reason I made this video. I want to point out how horrible the Gauss Minigun is, because this thing does not get nearly enough hate that it should. It's terrible. It's trash. It's garbage. This is the last thing you want to be using ever in terms of a heavy gun weapon. Even a minigun at this stage would be more effective, because at least I'd be hitting them. And sure, the base damage on this might be higher, but all of that extra boosting for an ammo type that, if used properly in a Gauss shotgun, will do significantly more. What else have I got in my bag of tricks here? Overdrive. I'm playing this one-handed right now. It's like, usually I got one hand on the keyboard so I can move, but don't really need to. I think we can extrapolate the answer already, but we're going to sit through this entire thing. And I got to think about how I can amuse the people watching this video right now. Because, well, it's pretty boring. I'm just sitting here shooting at this guy. So what can I talk about? I can talk about Fallout 76 and how frustrating it... Alright, okay, I've got a story for you. Because I haven't played Fallout 76 in a very long time, thank the Lord, and it was a good decision not to play this game today, I think. There we go, there's some more reinforcements. I'm gonna go hit his legs again. There we go. And that should stop him in his tracks once more. Very nice. But I went through the... Bugger. I went through the nuke section, right? And I don't know if this is a new bug. I haven't been watching enough Survivalist. Like, I see her videos every now and then. I'm subscribed to her, but most of the little things in the videos, like, it's bugs. Like, what's news in this game at the moment? Bugs and more bugs, and hallucinogen grenade. Take that. Is that supposed to frenzy them? I don't know. I've got no indication here. And I'm gonna run into it. I don't even know what that is. The mind communication device, of course. I'd appreciate if you didn't stagger me like that again. Thank you very much. The adrenaline, however, is appreciated. But you know, I was playing game. There was like things going on. You got to go and get the biometric ID. It took 3 times. 3 bloody times to get that working right. I had to go inside. I had to pick up 3 separate cards because they all blanked out and didn't work. Hey, you mutated. And he stomped on us and didn't do much. Why has he got a cryo effect? What? I didn't do that. Oh, I should mention I've got Overeater's armor too. Wait, I probably would have mentioned that earlier, but it's the reason why I'm able to get away with taking this much of a beating. Now, I could be doing this at Nerd Rage, but honestly, the damage bonuses you get are basically nothing, so whatever. And that's him stopped these tracks. There's a little bit of synergy that you can get out of one gun army, I suppose. Now we're doing 17. I guess that's all of the adrenaline. But eventually, we're going to run out of steam here. And if we do, then we'll be in trouble. The game is functioning normally, don't worry about it. A virtualized seizure-inducing shit going on right now. Alright, so he's yelling again, that's fine. We went through the slow juice here, that's okay, but I think he's still stopped there. We went a little bit too close to him, but now we should be okay. The range on this... Oh, hang on. No, he's up again. It looks like these guys are even more hesitant to attack me, and the staggers this time are bad enough. Ooh, I'm more on the damage over time. Don't have to worry about dying, though. See, if I was in Nerd Rage, totally would have died just then. I would have had to start again. So, that's why I don't do it. I prefer the long-term stability and everything of this. And I'm starting to regret the grenades that I'm using because they don't seem to be good. Man, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna shoot this guy with a shotgun a little bit. Check his limbs. Yeah, he's just about rooted. And now... I'm gonna go over here then. And perhaps, if we can... I don't think you can activate Escape Artist. Oh shit! It's the power armor. One of the tertiary legendary effects must be something to do with something. Now, if I get back into caution here, I might be able to stealth heavy gunner just for a little bit of that. There, something. No, it ain't happening. No Escape Artist working. Although I could do this. There we go, cloaked. And well. Caution, there we go, sneak crits. Now we can enjoy a little bit of that something and stop that right now. And hit between his legs, maybe. That one should be dead. There we go. Oh my god, that's terrible. If you cloak whilst using a minigun, a Gauss Minigun, you'll actually activate a proper seizure mode there. That was proper flashing lights. This is terrible. How did this get through? This is not accessible for those with epileptic issues. It's not good. I'll have a quick update on the rounds. We've gone through 6,000, so think about how much lead and steel would have gone into that. Not to mention the crimson flux that you'd put into that. But yeah, I seem to not be able to play this game. Can you stop that, honestly? We've got him stopped though, so I guess that's a good thing. If anything, that'll top up our adrenaline. We'll try to find his head again. One of them, many will do. That seems to do alright. But, like, even just shooting a couple of super mutants outside my base, like, I've been playing Fallout 4, I'm used to that damage model, the brilliant multipliers and everything, right? It's terrible. The damage, there's no damage to be had. It's just, everything's so tanky. But you can do it, right? You can do it. It'll just take you loads and loads of farming, which I guess is what Bethesda wants, because they want people to be playing, and what better things to do than meaningless chores over and over to continue playing the game. The whole game at this point is a chore. You gotta do chores to access more chores and stuff. Like, they'll activate a new season soon, and there'll be something like that going on. And, okay, looks like that's the range of the yelling and screaming. But, at this point, what is there left in this game? Yeah, we've got the Pittsburgh DLC around the corner, but that's gonna be nowhere near as good as the Pit. I played the Pit the other day on stream. It was good stuff. Had this whole little scavenging run you gotta do to get things, and there's like a unique assault rifle called Perforator. It's a suppressed assault rifle with the stock sawn off. That's a cool thing. But, well, what do you have? But look, the thing about Fallout 76 is no matter what you do, the world can't change. I'll put it to you this way. In New Vegas, right? You do a thing and the world will change, or things will comment on it or something. Especially at sort of the ending point, and to Fallout 3's credit, Broken Steel, post Endgame, that changed a lot of things. You've got Brotherhood of Steel water caravans, a whole lot of quests to do with that water. It's just a nice little, I guess, follow through to the conclusion, or the original conclusion of that story before they, added Broken Steel. But, there was content to be had. It felt like you, as a player, as a character, like, even in terms of role-playing, this thing's gonna break before I bloody kill the thing. I think I've cost myself like a minute or so just dying to that constantly, or falling for that trip. There you go, he goes down. And hitting for 13 whole damage. Gonna activate some more overdrive. This thing's ready to kick the bucket, I reckon. There she blows. And the game says, hey, did you know that death from above is on? Yes, I do, actually. Because, they got to queue things, and we got to reload this, because you got to take the bullets out before you repair it. That's acceptable sometimes. Alright, get way too close, mate. Personal space. Make sure I stop you. Don't think Enforcer was all that necessary, but it is what it is. So, what do you have? I mean, Earl is pretty much sealed off into a mine that you'll never go to anyway, so that's fine. But something like a Scorch Beast Queen, which can be just summoned with an infinite supply of nukes. Alright, what about Wastelanders? Well, you do the quest. What happens to the world? Not much. I'm standing under the fire pit. You know what? I'm going to be fine. Actually, I've baited him under it, which might be a good idea. It's got some gnarly range on it. I'm gonna try to break his pathing a little bit, maybe. Get him sort of stopped on the ground. Hello? You there, mate? Gonna do some Formula P again. 1, 2. That's a shotgun. We'll do 3. That's probably overkill because I got stabilized. He didn't even spit that time. But now we're firing super accurate laser beams, and oh, here he goes again. I fall for that every time. And we've also got 9 minutes left of this. We get 25 minutes to do all of this, and well, we're almost out of time here. I've been talking shit for so long that the game says, hurry up, pal, you're almost out of juice here. So if you ever see anyone using this thing in like a pub, I mean, it won't matter anyway, because some dude's probably got some sort of try-hard damage loaded out, but probably just tell them to put it away. They're wasting their time. Also, if you're super eagle-eyed, you're watching when those projectiles come in, sometimes how the camera and the crosshair work, some of the shots of this thing go directly into the ceiling, despite the gun being in the exact same spot. That's interesting. So, you go to the pit, you might be able to change things there, but what's that change in the overworld? It's just the nature of this game. Everything has to stay the same at each time, otherwise the experience for the players would be ruined. I think Many a True Nerd talked about this when he talked about how to fix Fallout 76 and what went wrong with it. But, he went on to talk about how if players want to mess up the world, let them be accountable for that. Let them deal with the consequences, because at this point, there's no consequences in this game at all. Also, Dodgy coming in very handy there. I'm going to re-hit his legs just to make sure he's crippled. There we go. I think the next thing to show up will be a reinforcement drop, because he hasn't summoned anything in quite a while. Gonna do another shot of Psycho attacks. There we go. We get slightly better damage now. We've increased our damage by 2. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, these bosses are made for massive groups of people, but like damage reduction, it's not a very clever way of designing a boss. I think the best the best designed boss in this game is probably the encrypted one, because although that hits like a truck and everything, the damage reduction factor just isn't there. You got to put yourself at risk to get the thing vulnerable. Granted, it does die in like 2 seconds, which is fine anyway. But at least it's not this. Me sitting here holding mouse button 1 until my fucking mouse is destroyed into subatomic particles. There's a little bit more substance there. This is nonsense. And I know they would have worked really hard on this event because the presentation is all up there. It's meant to be this whole showdown of this giant creepy thing, but what are we seeing here? What kind of gameplay does it produce? Precisely this. We've actually gone all the way through the night. If you noticed before, the Sons of Dane compound thing showed up before, but it didn't. That's actually gone away. So the fight's happening all night. I wonder what the barrel's like right now. Can't be too bad. The barrels used to glow hot, red hot on the miniguns back in Fallout 4. They don't do that in Fallout 76 because maybe it would create bugs or something. That's straight into the fire. Is it? No, we got around that somehow. These guys didn't. They're chumps. There we go. There's all pumps of adrenaline. We've got 6 minutes to do this in. Can we make it? Also, I'm noticing when I'm full autoing this guy, I might get hit sometimes, but generally the Wendigos are perfectly happy for me to just sit there and shoot it. I can hear them. They're tapping. They're going to scratch the paint on me brilliant painted armor, but that's the worst they can do. I'm not dying. Hopefully we can get this done before the 5-minute mark. I think we're on again. Yep, there we go. Also, they're being hit with the cryogenics as well. And I should probably deal with these chumps just to get him out of the way. So the next time he catches me, it will be a little bit of a reinforcement call. Almost there. So, who knows? So, okay, here's another thing that I want to talk about. Everyone keeps saying every fucking expansion is make or break. This has been on my Discord server for ages. This expansion is make or break. If this fails, then the whole game's trash. It was like that for Wastelanders. It was like that for Steel Dawn. Steel Rain, no one gave a shit about because I guess no one was interested. Don't want to step under there. If you step under there and get crushed, you die instantly. Not that it super matters that much, but I kind of want to get this done ASAP and sort of live to vibe around whilst we're cleaning up the mess that I've made. Complete miss there, buddy. He's trying to dry hump now. I guess he's out of loogies. We've killed him. He's shot at us so much that his hay fever is worn off. At least he hasn't gone into the ceiling and did other stupid shit. So we'll just clean up these boys, and then I guess we'll utilize that adrenaline. Don't die on me right now. I'm seeing 10 damage. 11 now. We'll try to get closer. No, we're definitely in the optimal range of this thing now. And it should be about 1, 2, or maybe 3 mags time we actually finish this thing off. Alright, here we go. This might be it. I never want to look at a Gauss Minigun ever again, except for the port that they made for Fallout 4. That one kicks ass. These things are shitful in here. It doesn't help, though, because I'm getting all these headshots, but I'm not getting that extra juicy explosion damage that you see right there. So, you know, it could have been done a lot quicker. And starting off with 17, we're down to just over 4,000. And this thing breaks 50% slower. Do I need any other proof that the Gauss Minigun is a piece of shit not fit to wipe your ass on? Which, thinking about that sentence, you wouldn't wipe your ass with a piece of shit, but never mind. It's terrible. I need to put this into a way which you need to remember, alright? Need to figure out with this BAM catch-all method of saying, hey, the Gauss Minigun's a piece of shit, could use a buff, wink wink, nudge nudge. But, you know, I don't sit around and make these suggestions because they're just wasted breath. The will of the Reddit community is the will of this game, and You can see what it's done to it. It's just a bullet sponge fest that's only capable to be fit for enjoyment for people who are obscenely drunk, which is why I used to drink all the time whilst playing this. That was a vampire's fire rate, so, you know, that's an actual 25% increase to the DPS. Gauss Minigun. And you've seen it. You've seen how it works. I mean, stock damage and everything, but we didn't die there, so we probably would have saved a lot of time from not dying. Like, if I got him to mutation threshold, or, like, after getting there once, and, you know, respawned and everything, but my brain can't process how mediocre this weapon is. And the fact that you have to grind all this raider shit out just to access it, like, what were they thinking? You could say that about the entire fucking game. What were they thinking? Has anyone got a TARDIS? I want to go to an alternate universe where Fallout 76 doesn't exist. No? Alright. And when this mine collapses on me, it'll signify the video's end. Thank you very much for watching, guys. So, we have an answer. Can you solve the colossal problem with a vampire's fire rate Gauss minigun? You can, but for the love of God, don't. Never, ever, ever, ever use a Gauss minigun in an endgame boss event. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your ammo, you're giving every people in the server with epilepsy seizures. You're a piece of shit, you're a bad guy. Don't do it. Script these things, they're terrible. Get a minigun instead, get an LMG, get a pepper shaker. No, scratch that one. LMG or minigun, or perhaps even a, hang on, what's another one? The 50 cal machine gun, that goes alright. This one's bad, never do it. Never do it. Never go full Gauss minigun.